Hello everyone, my name is Arian and we're back with another video. So, I know I was supposed to upload weekly, but sorry, I was busy. I couldn't upload anything. I mean, it wasn't like I was slacking off or anything, I was actually busy with...
This is a notebook!
Yes! It's your homework notebook!
It's so white!
So beautiful!
Very, very white!
That's right! Your notebook is
これって
It's right
どういう状況なんだろう
So, my
Okay, so, moving on. Today I'm going to be comparing two games that, well, are really alike, and I don't know if they were meant to be alike. I'm comparing comparing Friday the 13th to Dead by Daylight. Okay, so these both games are both about survival and killing your prey. I don't know the right word for it yet. So, okay. Before this video starts, I need to say that these are just opinions, they're not facts, so you don't need to agree with me. I'm just stating my opinions. Maybe for you it's completely different. So because these games are not as big as the other games I've compared, I am going to be considering only three facts, which are gameplay for the survivor, gameplay for the killer, and the mechanics and how things work. So I hope you all enjoy this video. Okay, so starting off with mechanics. But what do I exactly mean by mechanics? Mechanics mean how things work and basically how to win. So, okay. Let me start off by Dead by Daylight. Okay, so in Dead by Daylight, you're put in a small map with 4 survivors and the killer. And you have to work towards the same goal, which is fixing the generator and opening the door. But in Friday the 13th, it's not like that at all. Okay, the map is really big. The items you need are scattered around the map. And people will not cooperate with you. Because someone's fixing the boat, and someone's fixing the car, and everybody's doing something for themselves. And the game doesn't really motivate the player to do teamwork and survive. But in Dead by Daylight, on the other hand, everybody's doing the same thing. And the chance of winning as the killer is the same as winning as the survivor. But in Friday the 13th, it's not like that at all. That's where Dead by Daylight balances everything out. Because you're put on a small map, the killer has to look for each of you, and when he finds you, he needs to hook you. And when he does, you can actually get out of the hook. But in Friday the 13th, the map is really big, and there are a lot of players out there. And the thing is that Jason can teleport. If Jason didn't have his teleport, maybe the game could have been balanced between the killer and the survivor. But it's not really like that. So I have to go with the mechanics on this one because Dead by Daylight is more balanced. But Friday the 13th, I think the killer has the upper hand most of the time, so... Okay, so in order for me to explain which game has the better killer or killers, I have to explain both games and how do they work exactly. Okay, so killers are supposed to be stronger than the survivors, and they're supposed to be faster, naturally. So the thing is, Dead by Daylight tried to balance this out by putting a few minor details into their killers. For example, killers can only play in first person. Whenever I fought my target, when I found my target, whenever I hit him, my camera would shake. And it happened to me sometimes that I would lose sight of my target. And well, it might really seem something minor, but it's actually balancing the game. And sometimes when you hit your target, the killer will do an animation. And I don't know, maybe they'll usually clean their knife or move their weapon or something. But it tries to slow the killer down because naturally the killer is way faster than the normal survivors. So they try to balance the game out with these small mechanics and things they put in the game. So this is why I said Dead by Daylight is a really balanced game, but Friday the 13th isn't. Okay, so what really gives the advantage to Friday the 13th is Friday the 13th, you have skills. And in Dead by Daylight, you have skills too, but you don't really rely on them. You don't really need them. They're just there to help you make the game easier. Like, for example, one of the characters, Huntress, she has the ability to throw axes. But in Friday the 13th, your skills are all the same, but they're really major. Like, for example, if Jason didn't have his teleportation, he really couldn't get all the survivors. And when he couldn't recognize which survivor was in which cabin, he would get lost really easily. So, this is what I'm saying. In Friday the 13th, the game is not balanced, but playing Killer is way more fun and way more bearable. The game is not balanced, but playing Killer is really easier in Friday the 13th, and you're really at an advantage. So, okay, so this category is a bit vast, so I have to divide it. So I'm gonna start with Dead by Daylight. No, actually, I've started too many with Dead by Daylight. I'm gonna start with Friday the 13th. Okay, so in Friday the 13th, you're spawned in a certain area, and from the beginning you need to start looking for loot, and your loot can be guns, ammunition, and parts for your escaping vehicle. And as I said before, the players are not working towards the same goal. They want to run away, but the way is up to them. So someone might go fix the car, someone might go fix the boat, and you're kind of alone in there. It doesn't really motivate you to do teamwork in this game. And well, as I said, you can find ammunition in this game. And when you find ammunition, what can you do with it? You can shoot Jason, yeah. You can kill the killer, but the thing is, he'll recover in 5 seconds. But in Dead by Daylight, as I said before, everybody's working towards the same goal, which is fixing the generators. And you can't actually shoot the killer, but you can blind him for a few seconds, and the killer, playing in first person, can lose sight of you, actually. Because it happened to me so many times when a group of people, when someone flashlighted me and I dropped my body, the body I was carrying, and then I lost sight of everyone. So this is what I'm saying, that Dead by Daylight is a really more balanced game in this term. And considering that each character in Dead by Daylight has their own unique skills, it actually gives you a little bit more advantage as the survivor, because survivors are supposed to be characters who die. I mean, that's how it is in horror movies, though. But you having skills, you having your own unique skills can actually really help you, because the character I play, David, he has this ability, Dead Hard. He can get away from the killer when he's hit for the first time. And well, it may seem not too good, but the thing is that the killers cannot go over obstacles like you can. But in Friday the 13th, Jason can just teleport behind you. And when you shoot him, you only have 5 seconds, and he being in third person, he can see exactly where you're going. So, I think I've explained enough. If you agree with me, tell me in the comments. If you disagree with me, please tell me in the comments too, because I want to know your opinion. I want to know your point of view. As I said before, this is just an opinion. These are not facts. This is what I've experienced. Please try to convince me in the comments section. And well, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope I could entertain you for a few minutes. And well, happy Halloween.